What's up, y'all? Yeah, it's Stevie from SMB coming at ya. Little Sox recap today. Just gonna go over my trades, see what we did, see how we did. Actually, I think I'm gonna sell. I think I'm gonna sell Baba. First things first. I'm gonna sell Baba. I'm not holding this. We get a move like that, I'm taking it, man. Fuck yeah. We'll see. I'll take a look. I'll take a look at the chart. So first, I'll go through my trades. Let's see, what did I trade today? Today I only traded the Nasdaq. It was a pretty cut and dry day. We were green. Happy about that. We got more choppy chop, but I was on the right side of it for once, and we had some nice setups that I took advantage of. So first things, I already talked about this last, or my first trade in this last video I made. I recorded earlier today. I'm just uploading it now, but I'll go over it anyways. So first things first is I screwed up and accidentally bought a put out of this breakout, but I caught it really quick, so took a $9 loss on that because I screwed up. I left my computer on, my order book thing was still open on Thinkorswim, and I just so happened to have a put in there. So in my mind, I was thinking, because that's what I usually do when I'm starting to look at a setup, is I open the order, I go to trade, open the order book, I get it ready to execute, and then I wait for the move, and then I go back and I execute. But I did that and it was already open, so I thought, hey, I already opened a call, I'll do that. But caught it, only $9 loss, so I caught it very quickly, and then I re-entered into a long call, so we got a fat-ass move, the best move of the day, basically. Nice move right here, big old 1% jump on the Nasdaq, and I was sitting in a nice little call the entire time. So I talked about in my last video how I'm trying to adjust my strategy to be just more robotic. I think when I get honest about why I'm struggling, it's almost always comes down to I'm just too emotional. I get scared. I don't have a solid plan going into it. So when things go wrong, I scour and look for a plan, and then I try to you always look at things rose-tinted glasses, and I know I'm always looking at things to go to the upside, so if I'm robotic, then it just doesn't matter what I think, and I just have a plan. So my first trade trying to do that was great. I mean, we opened up on the gap down. I mean, I could have bought a call on the gap fill, so it filled the gap immediately, like literally in half an hour. We get an ugly shooting star come down a little bit, so I'm seeing a lower high here, but then a higher low here, so that means consolidation. So what do? We draw a trend line. When we break that trend line, you grab a call, and yeah, it was money. I mean, shot right through this level right here. And just kept going all the way up to the next key fib level that we bounced off of. So I sold my call like right in the middle of this candle. Like it was perfect. It was just like bam, 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 easy money, baby. We took so my $9 loss, and then I took let's get the calculator here. 233 minus shit. I love how my keys are 233 minus 149. So $84 gainer off of that, and then minus the $9, $75. So we're at 75 on the day, so pretty nice. Then at 8:30, so I'm seeing what did I see off of this? Oh yeah, so I'm watching for more downside. We get a big sell-off off that level. We come all the way back, and now that this always happens, like after I hit a good trade, I kind of just like which I should. I should not immediately look for another trade because I'm probably just like so like euphoric, like bam, that was so easy. Time to look for the next hitter. So I stepped away, but then I cut for only like 10 minutes. Then I come back and I see this next consolidation we're doing up here. We get a lower high, but a higher low right here. So I'm waiting. I'd see a clear trend line right here, which it slices through that, and then I mean I ended up grabbing a put like right here, I believe so. 8:30. Oh yeah, so I grabbed a put like right there because I'm thinking we're really just gonna sell all the way off through this level. We didn't. We bounced, and I took a little $10 L off of that. So now what are we at? We're at 65. So that kind of sucked. But then, I mean, last trade of the day was this one lasted a long ass time. So I grab a call here, right smack dab in the middle of this red candle. Grab a call because I see we bounce off this level, so I'm seeing a higher high, a higher low right here than compared back here, which tells me we're in a bit of an uptrend. So I grab a call because then I also drew my little dynamic trend line right there. We broke that trend line, so I grab a call. My stop, and this is where the system comes in perfectly, because I grab a call right here. So when you grab a call on a break of the trend line, your stop loss is by default going to be the most recent low. So I grab a call right here, and my stop loss is if we break under this candle, under this wick, and that is like very tight stop loss. And so what happens? It worked out perfectly because look what this does. So in the past, when I buy a call and it immediately starts going down, I go into panic mode. I go like, oh shoot, I didn't think of stop loss. It looks like it's going straight down because that's what it did. It got two big old red candles, a little doji, and then a really big red candle. And I'm sitting here panicking, usually. But I told myself, no, I'm stopping out if it breaks this. And look what it did. It just barely stayed away from it. We were just a friggin' hair away from taking a stop on that. And then once it drips down there, it's confirmation that level's holding up, and we get some buyers stepping in. We soar. But since this was only a 3-day out contract, the premium just were not moving on it. Like I only made like a $7 gain off of that. I mean, I ended up selling 1030, so I ended up selling like over around here. So I mean, I bought right there, right? But then I sold up here and it only increased $7 in value. Like what the hell? And that's what happens when you you take contracts that are so like close to expiration. Just that hour and a half, Theta just destroys it. Like it loses $10 in value just because you're sitting on it for an hour and a half. That's how brutal those out of the money like short expiration calls are. That's why they have to just be quick movements. You gotta buy it and it's gotta go straight up from there, or else you're basically not gonna make any money off of them. Or you just have to like continuously keep buying more, averaging down. And I just wasn't gonna do that after I was having a decent day. So I caught a nice move, but just did not actually make much off of it because that contract was just getting destroyed by Theta, as opposed to the earlier ones. So the earlier ones I bought were like 5 days out, I believe. Yeah, those are 6 days out. So that's why you pay for the time. That's what they say. You buy the time, you pay for the more premium, and you buy time so Theta doesn't just destroy them, because those contracts are just there for the scalpers. Like that's really it. People who are like, they're gonna buy off of a breakout like this and see one green candle and take profit, and they buy 10 of them and they're in and out, boom, big profit. But I'm not that quick, so I mean I think I might try to be more quick about just entries on when I use this strategy, because you kind of have to be like. So here's another good example. Here's one I didn't take, but I thought was interesting. Let me clear my fucking chart here. Oh, so that's +7. So grand total of $72. And just all on the NASDAQ. I loved it. It was great. I mean, it felt great. Like I literally, when I entered this one down here, when I saw this breakout, like I kind of panicked when I first bought a put, because I was like, oh shit, what am I doing? And then I switch over to the call, and I'm just like, I set my stop loss, and I literally just like, I felt nothing. Like I was not worried whatsoever. And my signal to sell was right here when the RSI became overbought. And sure enough, where did it start to drop? Right where the RSI got overbought, and we came all the way down. So I got in at the perfect time. I mean, if I was very precise, I mean, would have bought a call right there, but that was just no man's land. Like that's why you wait for the breakouts, because you don't know this is going to move up. This could just immediately lead to another red candle and keep going down. But when you see continuation, that's when you have to buy, and then you hope for continuation. That's why sometimes I say the market's so dead today, because you'll get a breakout like that, and then you'll get like one green candle, and then just straight chop. But this was like a huge, perfect move, and I just, it was no anxiety whatsoever. And it helps when you buy a call and it just goes straight up, of course. But I just wasn't like worried about like, where am I going to sell? What am I going to do if it goes wrong? I just like knew I'm selling right there. Easy clap. So That was fantastic. So here was another entry on one that I missed because I don't know. I wasn't. I mean, we just like had no volume around this zone, but this is the magic of this here strategy I'm using. Is that all right? So got our higher high, our higher low, and then lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then we're just in this consolidation zone. So we're just chopping around in here, chopping, chopping, chopping. So you see consolidation, and you draw your little trend line across the top. And so this would have been a fake out. See, you could have grabbed one right there. So this strategy isn't foolproof because there's always going to be fake outs. So you get a little candle wick up, and then it's immediately slapped back down. But once it retested that trend line, holy moly, did it blast off. And look, and you know this strategy is used by a lot of people, and mostly computers are programmed to use this strategy because look at the volume. As soon as it breaks that line, the volume triples right here. Like, that's no just like coincidence. That is a big breakout. And then immediately we come up to test this level, and I was convinced we were going to test this level and not just blast right through. That's why I didn't take this, because this was only really, I mean, it was like a dollar move. I prefer to get in on bigger moves because I never buy like 20 contracts. But it was still a good move to the upside. So we come up here, test that level, test it, bounce off. But then what do? Oh, see, this is where it's really nice, because now this line that was past resistance is now present support, and we bounce hard off of that. We get a nice doji and then just rip the rest of the day. And what do? We break that level and continue up. So that was a really nice trading day for the Nasdaq. I mean, it was pretty clear trend lines, pretty clear breakouts. You could see where the support was, and you just kept getting those. And then there's a lower high, higher low consolidation. You could have even grabbed one right here if you wanted to draw a trend line there. I mean, this strategy on days like today is really perfect. So I was pretty psyched about that. So yeah, overall $72 on the day. I'll take it. I mean, it was another super low volume day. Every day is like that now. It's so annoying. It's like, look at this miserable volume. 44 million shares traded in the day. It's brutal. They say the market usually dries up a little bit in the summer, but this is, I mean, just because in relative to how it was earlier in the year, this is like, holy moly. But really the story of the day was Apple. Apple just held the market's hand all day and just let it straight up. Apple just went straight up all day, baby. What else? Amazon was red, Target. So, I mean, Target was red, Tesla did basically nothing, went sideways, Amazon was red, Google did basically nothing, went sideways, but it was Microsoft and Apple that just, the only ones that had any momentum. And now, oh, look at this, Microsoft's right at that level. So otherwise, I want to talk about our newest position, which I thought about closing just now, but I'm going to take a look here, see what I see. So BABA, I bought BABA when I saw, so I see this big red line through here. I'm waiting to see, are we just going to continue to fill the gap, or are we going to get some support in the gap? If you get support in the gap, that's really convincing. That's really a good look, because that tells you that even though there's a gap right there, buyers are stepping up, which is exactly what happened right here. So I see buyers step in the gap. We break the level. This is where I enter. I see we're holding the level. We chop around this level. And then today we get just perfect straight up on BABA, like really just easy. I never was worried about selling that at all, even when the Nasdaq was pulling back. So BABA went up about 5.5 points today. That was awesome. Also, damn, really good volume on BABA too, man. That's great. So now look at this. You gotta zoom out 3 years to see this. Now we are at the this is over where this starts selling off. Man, this peaked back in October of 2020. So we're at a multi-year resistance trend line on the on BABA. Wow. So we're right at resistance. That's what makes me feel like I should sell, because that's what they say. You go short at resistance and you go long at support. But I just know BABA is so heavily shorted that if we do get some momentum, that shorts will start covering, and that will really drive the price up when that happens. Uh, let's see. Anything else I'm seeing? Dang, so we closed above the 21 EMA on the weekly. That's the first time we've done that since June of 2021, so that's pretty bullish. I don't know. I'll wait it another day. The only thing that worries me about BABA is that it gets traded in Hong Kong overnight, like while I'm sleeping. So I can see the futures on the Nasdaq and everything and SPY, but like BABA, I don't know what the hell's going on because the Chinese market doesn't open until I'm like well asleep. So if some terrible news comes out in the middle of their trading session and BABA gets destroyed, like, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't grab a put to hedge myself. I can't sell. I'm just, like, stuck in the wire, and you wake up, and it's like, oh, BABA gapped down 4% because their stupid dictator said, oh, BABA, their CEO made me mad, so I'm going to kidnap him or something. Like, that's what just really worries me about BABA. And the fact that, yeah, it's in China, and China's run by a dictator, and he can just do whatever the hell he wants, and that messes with business, and that ain't good for no business. And we are now overbought on the hourly, or on the 15-minute. What about the hourly? Hourly, we're also overbought. Damn, we're almost overbought on the 4-hour too, man. Last time the 4-hour was this overbought, what did it do? It just dumped. Same with over here. Overbought and then dumped. Man, this is brutal. Oh, and then right on the 4-hour, right here on the 200 moving average, which is going to be that key level. Oh man, it's 105, man. 105. If we break that and hold that, that's going to be huge for BABA. But this is good. We officially got a higher high on this 4-hour chart. So I imagine if this does pull back, I need to see some support. There is a gap to fill the downside now, but just got to have support at 98.83, and then of course $100 psych level. That's super important for BABA, but otherwise, what is there to see? I mean, we're just like right up against this resistance line, and then last time it got right up here, I mean, way back here in June, it dumped hard off of that. Like, jeez, from 220 all the way, it dropped 10% off of that freaking resistance line. So a break of that is, I mean, huge. It's a multi-year resistance line, dude. I mean, that'd be freaking crazy. Break off that. This will be the second retest of it. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to be exact, I could say like right here, and that maybe we already did break that resistance line, and now we're trying to find a higher high off of that. But yeah, I'm just not sure. I mean, right now I could take profits, and if this goes bad tomorrow, then I lose everything I made on it. But man, it's getting the volume. Like, you can see the volume's picking up over here. The news that China's reopening and that they're lightening up on these e-commerce companies is very bullish. And BABA just had earnings that were really good still. So I think I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna ride out the BABA train. We'll see what happens, man. I know how I can count. I can't count on 20 hands how many. That doesn't make any sense. How many times I've bought something and it goes up, and the first green day I take profits, and then it keeps going up for like next 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh wow, I was in a really good price. I should have just held. So I might just do that for BABA, even though we are getting overbought. I think I gotta see what it pulls back to. Gotta see what it pulls back to, because I'm stopping out at 98.83. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Yeah, that's about it. But so just overall market, it looks like hey, SPY had pretty good volume today. It's solid. It just looks like, I mean, you see this much consolidation. More consolidation means bigger the move. That's typically the way it works. You can see when we consolidated here, we chopped around this range for a while. We got a big old dump to the downside. Here's the perfect example. This is exactly what this past week reminds me of. Look at this. We had right from about, from like 447 to 436. So we had a $10 range. We traded in this $10 range for 7 days, and then look at the move. We had big dump. Oh man, big old dump. And then look at this. We had consolidation. We chopped around in this nice little range here. This little $13 range. We chopped around here for about 6 days. Big move up. That's the way she goes. The more consolidation, the bigger the move. So there's no coincidence that this is leading up to CPI data. That is clearly what's happening. The whole market is holding their breath and waiting and seeing what's going to happen on Friday. So the fact that I was able to make anything today, I was pretty happy with that, because it is hard on these low volume days with like little to no, and just hard in the general in this stupid market we're in that has literally no direction. This has been 7 days of zero direction. So I'm happy when I can make something off of it, but like this is just like, oh god, give me something, market. Come on, this is miserable. But yeah, I'm expecting a big move off the CPI. That's gonna, I mean, that's the name of the game, is where is inflation, because that tells us how hard the Fed is gonna have to. What happened in CPI? It's gonna tell us how hard the Fed is gonna have to ramp up interest rates. How much businesses are going to get hit. I mean, it tells you everything. It's everything in this market. That's it, and rightfully so, because it's one of the biggest threats to economies ever. There's no, I mean, it is the biggest threat. There's nothing worse for an economy than hyperinflation, which we're not at hyperinflation, but we are getting to the point where it's like, all right, this is pretty bad. This is bad. And you look at oil, and that doesn't help either. So it's like ExxonMobil up 4.5% today, dude. ExxonMobil. Fucking ExxonMobil, dude, are you kidding me? That's like a bank going up 4% a day. Look at this. I mean, jeez Louise, these energy stocks are going straight up. That's going to be the short of a century right there when those energy stocks start to crash. But, yeah, I mean, not my projection, but my guess for it is it's going to be hard for inflation to come down when the price of oil, which basically reflects the price of everything, is constantly going straight up. I mean, yeah, this is USO. Like, look at this. We're well past the recent highs and just keep pushing, going straight on up. Oil back at all-time, or not all-time highs, but all-year highs. So, I don't want to be bearish, but it's tough being bullish when it's like, how is inflation going to go down when everything that anyone buys is transported on a diesel truck, and the price of diesel has done nothing but go straight up for these past 3 months. Like, it is the perfect soup for inflation. So, I know that's my cheery little bit I have about inflation, but otherwise, I mean, Nvidia did nothing today. I think AMD was actually red. Yeah, AMD was red. Like, this was just a bizarre day. Really bizarre. Semis just did nothing. I mean, yeah, it was weird. It's a weird day when you have the Nasdaq up almost a full percent and Nvidia's not even up a percent. It's very strange. It's just Apple. So, oh, what's even stranger is what's happening to freaking Bitcoin. I mean, I know this isn't the Bitcoin chart, but this is the futures stock that you can actually trade on the stock exchange. Look at this. I mean, what? What is this, dude? Look at Bitcoin. Up, down. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's like a fucking nightmare. Look at that. Up, up, up. Oh, down, 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 down. Oh, no, no, oh. Fuck, man. That's crazy. This shit is like a meme. The SEC's probably looking at this and like, why do we even allow this, dude? This is just a joke. Like, I've never seen such waves on a chart before. I know this is, so this is the futures one, and I mean, I can do extended hours to get a better look, but still, like, look at this. I mean, really, come on. What is Bitcoin even doing? Bitcash, you idiot. Bitcoin. I mean, really. What the hell is even that? Are you kidding me, Bitcoin? Is this a joke to you? Like, it chops around in this range for literally half a month, and then the first big move, straight up, straight down. Little chop, straight up, straight down. Oh, now we're straight back up. It's like, what is happening? So it looks like, obviously, we are bouncing off of the 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart, as we've done 3 times now. 1, 2, 3 times, and we're retesting it again. So I guess that would be your resistance right now. So gotta break like 31,600. We break that, and we could send this thing. But wow, this is some ugly price action, bro. Like, what is this even doing? I mean, that's just stupid. It's just like laughable because I know there's people out here that actually try to day trade crypto, and it's like, could you imagine day trading this shit? It's so like obviously manipulated. It's crazy. Like what? Oh my god, I can't help it, man. It's too funny. What about Ethereum? Ethereum's probably the same thing. Oh yeah, just fucking straight up and straight down, straight. It's like, I mean, it's obvious because so much of Bitcoin is owned by retail like investors. It's so clear that they like try to FOMO you into it so hard just so they can like they buy a little bit. Like, it's these institutions that are sitting on a shit ton of Bitcoin and they want to get out. So what do? They buy a little bit right now, drive up the price a little bit in relative to what they own, so they can drive up the price, get other retail investors to jump in, keep the liquidity going, and then they just completely dump their entire holdings right there. And this is obviously what's happening, like literal pump and dump. Like, all right, institution wants to get out of their position. What are they going to do? They're going to increase their current inventory of or portfolio of Bitcoin by 10% to drive the price up, because in this illiquid market, you only need a little bit of liquidity to drive up the price of something, even as big as Bitcoin. You drive it up as soon as liquidity comes back in because people start FOMOing. You sell, and you get one big fucking red bar straight back down to 29,000, and now we're getting the next pump. It's like one of these is gonna actually pump up and actually get somewhere. But I mean, as for right now, it's like, what is happening? I just had to talk about that, dude. It's so crazy. I can't. I sit here and watch this shit all day, and it's just like, what is happening, dude? This market is so broken. But yeah. If I wanted to, I could sell and make my day a 3-digit day on profit taking, but I want to see where Baba goes, man. It's got to go up eventually. I know there's so many shorts in Baba, and if it gets some real momentum above $100, they're gonna start covering. So that's where we're at. That's all I got for you, folks. This is a bit of a long one, but catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.